Hey people, I welcome you back to Caroline's Online Academy. We are in the process of solving previous year questions and sample paper questions from the chapter Dissolution of Partnership Firm. Today, I have a question from a practice question paper which was released in 2024. Uh, I always like questions from practice question papers and sample papers because they teach us a lot of concepts. The very purpose is to teach the concepts. Anyway, so Carol and Lucy were partners. They decided to dissolve the firm, pass the journal entries for the following after various assets and liabilities have been transferred. The basic stuff. All right. So Carol took over half of the investments worth rupees 30,000 at 2% discount, and remaining investments were sold at a profit of 18% of the book value. When I read this, even I had a doubt, like if half of the investments was rupees 30,000, or if the total investment was 30,000, and Carol took half of the investments. Apparently, the total investment value was 30,000, and Carol took half of the investment. The question is worded poorly, but anyway, so 30,000 was the total investment. Carol took half of it, so she would have taken 15,000 worth investment, and the remaining were sold for 15,000 rupees. Understood or not, my dear children? Now, this 15,000 investment was taken over by Carol at 2% discount. So, 2% of 15,000 is what, my dear children? 15,000 into 2 by 100. So, this goes 300. Am I right? So, she has taken it over for 14,700. And this 15,000 was taken over sold at a profit of 18%. So 15 into 18% will give you 2,700. So the profit is 2,700. So the total is 17,700. So 14,700 for the investments taken over by Carol and 17,700 for the investments sold. And let's go ahead and pass the journal entries. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah. So for the investment taken over by the partner, the journal entries, partner's capital account debit to realization account, as you all very well know. So Carol's capital account debit to realization account, investment taken over by partner. Understood? That will be 14,700. And for the amount of this is the first part of the transaction. Second would be the amount of investment sold, and that will be what, my dear children? 17,700. The journal entry is bank account debit to realization account. So when you sell investment, bank account is debited, right? So it will be bank account debit to realization account, and that will be 17,700. You can also pass one single entry for this. Now, how would you pass that? Or instead of these two entries, can pass one entry also, and one entry is what, my dear children? It is Carol's capital account debit, bank account debit to realization account. Understood or not, my dear children? So 14,700, 17,700, and then you add them. add them to arrive at 32,400. You can pass this one journal entry or you can pass the two journal entries as I told. So next transaction. What is the next transaction, my dear children? Lacey is allowed a remuneration of rupees 13,000 for dissolution work and is to bear all expenses of realization, which amounted to 5,000, and that was paid by the firm. Which amounted to 5,000 and were paid by the firm. So Lacey is basically supposed to take care of all the realization expenses, but it apparently was paid by the firm. And Lacey is given a remuneration of 13,000. So when Lacey is given a remuneration of 13,000, it's an expense for the firm. Am I right or not, my dear children? So realization account will be debited. The reason is any remuneration paid is an expense, and that expense has to be debited nominal account. And during dissolution, the only nominal account available is realization account. So realization account will be debited, and as it is a partner, Lacey's capital account will be credited instead of bank account. If it was anyone else, when we pay, we would credit bank account because we would actually pay them money. But if it was partner, we just set it off against the dues from the dues to the partner, or we just increase the dues to the partner, and therefore realization to Lacey's capital remuneration. And the second part of the transaction is the firm paid the realization expense. The realization expense was to be borne by partner. Lacey was supposed to bear the expense, however, the firm paid. Am I right or not, my dear children? So the journal entry is Lacey's capital account debit to bank account. Reason being, Lacey is supposed to pay the expense and the firm paid on her behalf. So Lacey has to pay the money back to the firm, and therefore Lacey's capital account is debited as the liability of the firm towards Lacey is decreasing, and bank account is credited because money is going out of the business, and therefore bank account is credited. Realization expenses paid by firm on behalf of Lacey. All right. So that will be what, my dear children? 5,000. Now, instead of this, you can pass one journal entry also. In the first journal entry, what is happening? Realization is getting debited by 13,000. Lacey is getting credited by 13,000. And the second journal entry, Lacey is getting debited by 5,000. Bank is getting credited by 5,000. So if you have to pass this as one single journal entry, how can you pass it? You will debit realization account debit by 13,000. Lacey is getting credited by 13,000 in the first transaction and debited by 13,000 in the second. So the net effect is Lacey is getting credited by 8,000, and to bank is getting credited by 5,000. So to bank account 5,000. You can pass this one journal entry instead of the two journal entries that I have done there. It's your choice. You can do it in whatever manner you wish to do it in the exam. Understood or not, my dear children? All right, then moving on to the next transaction. Carol had given a loan of 89,000 to the firm, which was duly paid. So a partner's loan had basically been paid. It's a very, very simple transaction. The reason they have given it as here is because they want you to learn the fact that partner's loan is not transferred to realization account. So when you pay partner's loan, when you settle liabilities, third-party liabilities during dissolution after the assets and liabilities have been transferred, the journal entry is realization to bank because it has been transferred to realization account. But partner's loan is not transferred to realization account. So the journal entry will be Carol's loan account debit to bank. When you pay partner's loan account, the partner's loan account only will be debited instead of realization account, unlike the other third-party liabilities. Because partner's loan is not transferred to realization account, there is a reason for that also. The order of settlement of liabilities is first you pay off third-party liabilities, and the remaining money you pay the partner's loan. And with the remaining money, you pay the partner's capital, and whatever is left is distributed in profit sharing ratio. So if you transfer partner's capital account, a partner's loan account also to realization account, it ranks equally with the third party liabilities. It should not happen. And therefore, first you do the realization account and pay all the third party liabilities, and then outside the realization account, you pay the partner's loan, which is 89,000 in this case, and we have done it. Understood or not, my dear children? Understood or not, my dear children? So with that, we not come to the end and all. We have finished that particular transaction. My Excel is still working on adding rows, circling, buffering. So just give me 1 second. Children, you have to, I'll make use of this time, no need, because stop buffering. But anyway, I'll just tell you what I wanted to tell you. You have to, like, share, comment the videos and all. I'm putting in a lot of efforts. Maybe not. I like to do this, so I think I'm not actually putting in a lot of efforts. But at the same time, this will also bear a lot of fruits to me. So I'm getting benefited that way because my students whom I'm teaching are watching the videos regularly. Hopefully, this will help them score the marks that they expect to score, very good marks, and get themselves a place in nice colleges or help them understand the concept so they can take up the entrance exams later. But if you like, share, and subscribe, it will add to my enthusiasm. So do those things, yeah. Just do those things that all YouTubers tell you. It's like share, subscribe, comment, say something nice, say hi, or something like that. Anyway, please say something nice only, okay? Even otherwise, I don't have any way to track you and ask you, find you, or anything. If you didn't say anything nice and said something so not nice, but still try to say something nice. Fourth transaction, my dear children. Lacey agreed to pay off her brother's loan of 13,000 at a discount of 5%. What? Lacey agreed to pay off her brother's loan of rupees 13,000 at a discount of 5%. Okay. So nice, my dear children. And I'll have to think about this one. Just give me 1 second. Right, my dear children. So whoever prepared this practice question paper, question must have been a genius, pure genius, because it has been worded so beautifully that you will understand everything the first time itself. Okay. Anyway, Lacey agreed to pay off her brother's loan of rupees 13,000 at a discount of 5%. So basically, what is happening is Lacey's brother's loan is a third party liability, obviously, and it is being taken over by Lacey. So, partner taking over loan, a liability. The journal entry for that is realization account debit to partner's capital account. In this case, it is Lacey's capital account. And they decided to take it over at 5% discount. So 13,000 minus 5% of 13,000. That'll be what, my dear children? It is 12,350, and that's it. With that, we have come to the end of this video. Also, my dear children, I'll meet you again with another video with another question from sample question paper or previous year question paper or a practice question paper that has been poorly worded like this one or has been really nicely worded to give you nice challenges in the exam. Okay. But what I've seen is in board exam, the questions are usually nicely, framed. It does not give any room for any ambiguity anywhere. So yeah, with that, bye. Take care.